tell you that your body is not a lemon. This is a lemon. Jokes aside, you might have heard someone describe a car as a lemon. Usually a relatively new car that has numerous severe issues, usually expensive to fix. Here we call it a Friday afternoon or Monday morning model, perhaps the result of sloppy workmanship or lack of care. But I'm here today to tell you that your body is not a lemon. Women often see their bodies something like this. They see their bodies as inherently defective for various reasons. For one, the generally accepted ideal male physique is somewhere between the extremes of the male body, whereas the current Western idea of the ideal female body lies at one end of those extremes, and even the women who do manage to approximate that ideal female form are only able to do so for a very short period of their lives. Huge amounts of money are spent convincing women that they need to spend large amounts of money fixing themselves. Even the natural aging process, which somehow makes men more desirable, is something to be feared and averted at any cost. Showing some grey? Cover it up. Finding a few wrinkles? Pull them up. Breasts overcome by gravity? Strap them up or cut them up. You choose. Bad skin? Crazy cycle? Yeah, take some synthetic hormones. Hide the real reason for your troubles. Body hair? Pubic hair? Hair anywhere, except on your head or your eyebrows, is gross. Women are encouraged to look prepubescent, if possible. Does that strike anyone else as creepy? Many women see their vaginas as dirty, seeping wounds, mysterious and rather icky, and they worry that their vulvas don't look anything like the digitally altered images their partners are exposed to on the net. From plucking and waxing to surgery and stitches, pain for the sake of beauty seems the norm. So how does this relate to birth? I'm in South Africa, and I don't know all of the statistics here, but in America, at the moment, 43% of birthing women apparently require help going into labor or staying in labor. Am I the only one who finds it hard to believe that almost half of women's bodies don't know when to go into labor or how to stay in labor, and that 33% of women in America at the moment are said to require cesarean birth, but women birthing in America today are twice as likely to die in childbirth as their mothers? In many private hospitals here in South Africa, the cesarean section rate is over 75%. The World Health Organization says that anything over 15% is doing more harm than good. But you can understand how we got here. It's not only women who are convinced that their bodies are defective. It seems many of their caregivers believe the same thing. Your pelvis is too small. Your baby getting too big. I don't know if your body will go into labor at the right time. You aren't dilating fast enough. You need an episiotomy because you're just not pushing hard enough. Statements like these feed on and perpetuate the idea that a woman's body is inherently flawed and inadequate. A quote from Ina May Gaskin. She says, "The technomedical model of maternity care, unlike the midwifery model, is comparatively new on the world scene. Underlying the technocratic mode of care is the assumption that the human body is a machine, and that the female body, in particular, is a machine full of shortcomings and defects. Pregnancy and labor are seen as illnesses, which, in order not to be harmful to mother or baby, must be treated with drugs and medical equipment. Within the technomedical model of birth, some medical intervention is considered necessary for every birth, and birth is safe only in retrospect." This whole idea, this trust of machines rather than bodies, continues after birth. Your belly that kept your baby warm inside for the whole of your pregnancy is now inadequate compared to the Perspex bubble that's preferred by hospital staff. Your body that nourished this baby for 40 weeks somehow just doesn't quite seem to cut it. And sugar water, artificial milk are seen as absolutely necessary. And God forbid that there should be any mark on your body that you just had a little human come out of you. Get that body back, pre-baby shape at once. Does this make you mad? It makes me mad that I used to believe the lie. Sure, there are women who will struggle in each of these areas, but they are the vast minority. And we are grateful, absolutely grateful for internet intervention when necessary. But if you treat every pregnant mom as an emergency waiting to happen, you will get what you are looking for. If you expect health and you are familiar with health, then you know how to really recognize unhealth or problems when you see them. What we really need is a society that supports the natural processes of our body rather than overriding them, that encourages to look after our bodies from a place of acceptance and love rather than from a place of distrust and loathing. If you are pregnant right now, please do all you can to gather a team of people around you whom you trust, but most of all, people who trust you, people who trust your body, and people who trust birth. People who see themselves as there to support you rather than rescue you, and who encourage you to support and listen to and trust your body in doing what you have been designed to do. I'll end off with a quote by Ina May Gaskin. Remember this, for it is as true as it gets. Your body is not a lemon. You are not a machine. The Creator is not a careless mechanic. Human female bodies have the same potential to give birth well as aardvarks, lions, rhinoceri, elephants, moose, and water buffalo. Even if it has not been your habit throughout your life so far, I recommend that you learn to start thinking positively about your body. If you don't know who Ina May Gaskin is, then you need to know. A good place to start is her most recently published book, Ina May's Guide to Childbirth. It comes highly recommended for those who believe that their bodies are not inherently defective and that women do know how to birth well.